Let's do it. Pop that bottle. We popping bottles up in here. Hey, it's a celebration.
You get it?
It's a celebration.
All I know, the finest of cloth is what I cut from. If you not fit to be king, don't grow accustomed to this shit, cause it won't suit you. Champion number one, I wish I could tell you you was number two. Let's get it, let's go, let's get it, let's go. Take care.
So let's get it. D-Gambit Radio, we live. We got Janet Nightingale in the building. This shit is epic. No disrespect to none of my other guests. But it's always special when we do this shit, but this is a good one. This is a special one. Shout out to the legends. Malcolm.
Hey.
Marley.
R.I.P.
Ali. Jimmy. Jay-Z, the only one that's alive in the room except us. Pac.
R.I.P.
Richard Pryor. Easy-E.
And Prince.
Prince. That shit was so random, but it's all good. It's all good. Alright, so let's get it. We got Janet Nightingale in the building. It's D-Gambit Radio.
Horrible angle, by the way.
You already know what it is, but anyway. So, how you feeling?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to hear.
So we wanted to get you here a long time ago.
Yes.
And now let's get it.
I'm here now. I'm here now.
So, what you been up to? Let us know.
Let me just hold this.
There we go.
Oh my God. Hello. What have I been up to? What have I not been up to is the actual question.
Alright, so tell us what's going on.
As far as my solo project, it's kind of on hold right now. But I'm definitely I have a show on Saturdays at Gran Agave in Riverview. It's called Pair of Queens. It's my mother and I. It's a duet, Spanish and English.
Okay.
I, of course, sing Spanish and English songs, and she sings Spanish songs. And we just entertain the crowd. It's a 3-hour show, nonstop. We don't take no breaks.
3 hours?
For 3 hours straight. We just engage with the crowd. If they have any birthday celebrations, we definitely, make sure that they're celebrated. And, yeah.
How does one rock a show for 3 hours straight singing?
Honestly, it don't even feel like work. It don't even feel like,
You just love to sing that much? I forget once we finish.
Yeah. I do love to sing that much. I was born to sing. Literally. In my mother's womb, from what she told me, because she was she is a singer, but in Mexico she was, very well known back then.
And what's her name?
Patricia Allende.
Whoa, say that again.
Patricia Allende.
That is, I love that, and I love the way that sounds, and I want you to finish that story. And my wife is going to kill me when she sees this, but she already knows this. I used to really have a thing for Latinas.
Oh, shit.
And,
oh, snap.
I don't even know where I'm going with this, but...
I'm scared.
But,
no.
Yeah, I know. Tell us about the culture, and tell us specifically, because a lot of people get the misconception that everything is the same. They paint with a very broad stroke, and they throw Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and the Cubans.
Let me tell you this. First and foremost, we are all the same. Because we come from one source.
Talk about it.
However, we are definitely raised in different backgrounds, different cultures, different things. I am Mexican. I'm 100%, if you want to call it, 100% Mexican. I was born in Mexico, but I came here to the United States when I was very young. I was 6 years old. But I was still raised in the Mexican culture. I get confused a lot with being Puerto Rican, being mixed, black and white, however they want to call it, just because of my hair, or sometimes the way that I act, or the way that I talk.
So you mean when people see you And it's a whole nother topic to even think about the fact that they're trying to place you.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
They definitely try to label me.
So what you're saying is people, they don't know, oh, are you mixed, or are you Mexican, or are you Puerto Rican, or...
But even the own culture, like Puerto Rican culture, Cuban culture.
So they also...
They think like, are you from Puerto Rico? I'm like, no. And then when they hear my accent in Spanish, the way that I talk in Spanish, then they're like, oh yeah, you're definitely not.
Yeah, because I heard from a friend of mine that Puerto Ricans kind of, they kind of extend.
Well, yeah, they're of African descent.
They kind of sing with it, like they'll say.
Puerto Ricans are like, oh, yo quiero ir a la guagua, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Mexicans are more like, oh, quiero ir en el camión porque me quiero ir a la tienda. Like they, you know what I mean? So it's like there's a different. Cubans are like, pero oye chico, que sabe tal. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like everyone has a difference. They're different. They just like Africans. You know, we have Kenyans. They speak a different dialect.
Absolutely.
Somalians, they speak a different dialect. You know what I mean? They speak with a different accent. Haitians are different. You know what I mean? So it's like we're all different, but yet we're still all the same. A lot of us have the same cultures. Like, you know, Puerto Ricans eat rice. We eat rice. Mexicans love rice. Rice with beans. They call it arroz con gandules. We call them arroz con frijoles. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's so...
Why do you think it is that different types of Latino people put each other in categories and look down on each other? Because at first I'd never heard of it. And then I began to find out that it's different. Like Mexicans, and I'm not saying literally. I'm saying, for example, and I could be completely wrong, I might have it wrong. But like somebody told me like Mexicans will look down on Puerto Ricans. And I know for a fact that a lot of Dominicans will look down on, say, Haitians, for example, because they're much darker and they speak French instead of Spanish. That's a whole other thing.
I think it's just the unknown, and for the fact that when someone doesn't know something, it's a form of ignorance when they try to say, oh, well, I'm better than you. But you don't know me, so you can't say that to me. I mean, I know that you were raised in your own culture and you were raised in your own, you know, bubble, and that's all you know, so you think that you are the best. But it's not always that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you really get to know the culture and you really do everything in your power to understand that we are all from the same place. You know, what happened is that a lot of the African people that were coming in the boats either jumped off or, you know what I'm saying, they landed in that land, and they grew up with the mixture of Spaniards, with the mixture of, you know, English people.
Yeah.
It's all a mixture. And so that mixture became what it is, Puerto Rico. And they you know, upon that, they built on their own. On their own thing.
Yeah, word. Yeah, and like, my man, shout out to my man Juan. He used to always say, because he's Dominican, and he used to always say, look, brother, we just got off at different stops.
Yeah. That's basically what it is.
You know what I'm saying?
Good for my melanin, my black skin, soak it in. Born king, dripping with gold, I get it in.